continue on this journey. Let's have a bit discussion on uh, the type of how to find selectors. Okay, so I'll use another JS file, selectors.js .sci.js, let's say. Okay, so here uh, how to find this how to find web elements, right? That's what we will try to find out now. There are different ways to find the selectors. Okay, so I'll use multi-line comments. Okay, so whatever we write here, it comes under comment section, right? Yeah, so the first one, we can find a selector by tag name. Okay, using tag name we can find the element. Okay, so for that we use generally we use get, right? Get method. So get method, inside get method we can give in single quotes we can give tag name. Okay, so this is the syntax if we use tag name. Okay, you know what tag is, right? Okay, so this is one type of find by id value. Okay, so you'll have different attributes, right? So if the attribute name is id, okay, you can find the element using its value, id value. Okay, so same get method we use inside, because it's an id, we can use hash. Okay, we can use hash id value. Okay, so whatever generally id equal to, let's say, input data, let's say that's the id value, input hyphen data. Okay, so input hyphen data is a id value. Before that we need to put hash here. Okay, so for IDs specifically we can directly use hash and then id value. Okay, that is another way, another type of finding an element. Next we are by using by class value. Okay, finding element by class value. Okay, so class and the IDs are special attributes. Okay, so because of that it has special way of dealing. Okay, so cy dot get, since it's a class, again inverted single quotes, and then for class we use dot class value. Okay, so we use dot class value. So that is another way of finding element using class value. Next, fourth way of finding elements is by attribute name. Attribute name. So I can use sci dot get, right? So here inside get single quotes. Inside single quotes we only use the attribute name in square brackets. If it is an attribute, if that attribute name is not id and class, okay, then we can directly use that attribute name inside the square brackets. Okay, so here attribute name, whatever the name of the attribute is. Yeah, so next, by attribute name and value and its value. Okay, by attribute name and its value. So here sci dot get single quotes, so same brackets, inside brackets attribute name equal to double quotes attribute value. Okay, this is another way of finding a web element. Okay, next, by using entire class value, by entire class values. There can be multiple values, right, for class. So if we want to use all entire class values, all the class values, okay, entire class values, we can say by dot get, sorry, sci dot get, sci dot get single quotes. Now we use same like attribute, okay, square brackets, okay, class equal to double quotes class values, or how many number of values are there, we need to put all the values. So class, let's say class value 1, okay, next class value 2, okay. You can directly copy and paste whatever value is there in that place, you can directly copy and paste here, okay. Yeah, so class value value 3, okay. It can be any number of values, okay. So say it, whatever values are there, you just copy from the from there, from the code, and then put it here, okay. In the HTML code, whatever values are there for the class, those values you can directly copy and paste here, okay. And one thing you need to remember is, if you need to use single quotes first, and then inside the attributes you are using double quotes, okay. So you can't use both double quotes on both places, okay. Either you use double quotes outside and single quotes inside, or single quotes outside and double quotes inside, okay. Yeah, so that's another way of finding a web element. And next way of finding web element is by finding multiple attributes. Let's say by two or three, or any number of attributes. So by using, okay, attribute names and their values, okay. So for this, sci dot get, okay, so here inside brackets we have sorry, we have single quotes and then square brackets, right. Square bracket for one attribute, square bracket for another attribute. So in the first square bracket, we use attribute name 1 equal to double quotes, okay, attribute value 1, okay. Similarly, in the second square brackets, because we are using two attributes, okay, so in the second square bracket we write the second attribute name, okay, attribute name 2 equal to double quotes attribute value 2. Any doubt? Yeah. So last way of finding a web element is by in combination of any of these, okay. You can by by tag, you can combine all these, right, attribute, okay, class, and so on. You can combine, okay. So by, sorry, sci dot get sci dot get sorry. So here you have tag name, okay, because we are using tag, right, tag name. No need of any space, you can directly put attribute in attribute is inside inside attribute you have attribute name, right, attribute name equal to double quotes attribute value, okay, and after square brackets you have class. So class can be represented as dot class value, right, dot class value, okay. So like this combination you can directly, in order to find a unique web element, Okay, if you have to combine multiple uh, attributes, okay, multiple tags, attributes, and class names, you can use this. Okay, so these are different ways of finding web element. Any doubt? So yeah, okay. So we use different type of these concepts in finding the web element. Okay, so before that, before going ahead, I'll be using this authentication related test case, this particular site. Okay, the internet dot herokuapp.com/login. Okay, actually I'll be using this whole website instead of Cypress website. Okay, because this is more familiar and it is more relevant to automation testing. Okay, so here, uh, let's say this login page. Let's automate this login page. Okay, so it's a real-time scenario, right? We have forms and we need to automate those forms. Okay, so let's see that automation script flow. I'll be making a authentication, login authentication test dot sci.js. Okay, so let's see. So before going there, we need to, what we have to do, we need to find elements, and for that we need to inspect the page, right? So right click, inspect, so we'll get the details of this page, right? Yeah, so here, uh, let's see the scenario. So scenario is, uh, for scenario, main scenario, we have to use describe, right? So describe, okay, inside it takes two arguments. One is a string and other is other is a string and other is a arrow function, right? Okay, so this, in the string we place the scenario title. So scenario title is login authentication, right? And inside this scenario we have a couple of multiple test cases. So each test case will begin with it, sorry, it, right? So here it also takes two it method. So it method also takes two arguments. One is a string and other is an arrow function. Okay, so what is the string, what is the test case? So we need to write the test case in the first argument, right? So what is the test case? It should contain, it should log in, right? The authentication login page should log in with valid credentials. Okay, so it should log in with valid credentials, right? So this is one scenario, one test case, right? So, and there can be multiple test cases. Let's say I'll write another test case as well. So here it again it takes two arguments. One is string and other is an arrow function. Um, yeah. So here, and the test case, second test case is it should not log in, right? It should not log in with invalid credentials, right? It should not log in with invalid credentials. Yeah. So these are the two test cases. Now I need to write code for this test cases. Let's focus on first test case, right? Okay. So before logging in, first we need to load the page, right? We need to go to that URL and load the page. So for that, I will copy this URL. Okay. And what is the method we use to load the page? Sorry. cy dot visit, cy dot visit. So visit is a method to visit the page. Okay, so it takes one argument, so that is string. In that string we put this URL. Any doubt? Yeah. So now once we visit, right, once we visit, we need to find the elements for this username and password, right? So here, uh, so I'll use this one and try to find this element. Okay. Okay. So here, what is there here? Whenever you have ID, if you find ID means it's unique value. Okay. Whenever you find ID, it's very easy to find a web element. Okay. So you can use ID. So find element by ID. Okay. Using ID. Okay. For this we have this one, and for the password, okay, for the password we have also another ID here to find this web element. Okay, so so we can directly use those ID values to find the elements. Okay, now last thing you need is the login button, right? So login button. Uh, so this here, yeah. So it has class. Login button has class, right? So we can use class. You can find the element by class here. Till here clear? Yeah. So now using these three, we just write the code. So we know we need to use get method, okay, in order to find the elements. So in get method, get by we we thought to use let's say single quotes if I use, or double quotes, it doesn't matter. So here the ID is username, right? We decided to go by ID, find the element by ID. So for ID, what we discussed, we can just use the hash and then ID value. What is the ID value? ID value is username here. So we can directly copy that and paste it here. Okay. So sci.get hash username. Any doubt? Yeah. Username. So once you got that, once you get the element, now you are here in the you got this element username, you got the input text box there. So what you want to type there, right? So you have a method called type. So whenever you want to type in the input box, you have a method called type, okay, to type whatever text you want. Okay, so let's say I put some name, let's say John Doe. Okay, this is the name. Okay, next so now I type the name. Now sci.get, there is another I need to fill the password as well, right? So first, in order to fill the password, first I need to get the element of password. Okay, input box. So for that we have here, if you see input, this input box has the ID password. So I can use that password. So if, here, yeah, I can use hash because it's an ID. I'm using hash password. It's better always to copy and paste so that you will not make the spelling mistakes. Okay, so copy and paste here. Okay, dot, again I need to type some password, let's say secret. Okay, password is secret. I'm saving it. Now once I fill username and password, I need to click on login, right? So for login, we have this button has class attribute. So since it's class, we can use that to find the element. Okay. So to find the button element, so I am using sci.get here. It is, since it is a class, for class we use dot, yeah, dot, and value of that class value is radius. So I'm copying that and pasting here. Right, now we got the element. Once I got the element, what I have to do? Once I need to click. So there's a method called click. Okay, click method, and call it. Okay, so till here you have clicked. Okay, now you need to assert. Okay, if it's a valid, you need to assert. 1 second. Okay, here I here they have given Tom Smith. Okay, this is where you can log into secure area, enter Tom Smith for username and super secret password for password. So it's better to use them. Okay, to get the valid credentials, right? Those are the valid credentials. Okay, so John's Tom Smith and yeah, super secret password. So I'm copying them. Okay, now you have done the authentication, but uh, once you do the authentication, what will appear? Let's authenticate. So Tom Smith, right? Yeah, so let's see what you'll get. Tom Smith. Okay, login. Okay, yeah, it didn't copy the exclamation mark. Okay, so here you got this, right? Yeah, so we need to assert whether we should get this, whether I mean we should, whether this contains, right, this text. Okay, if this text is appeared, that means it has valid credentials and we have logged in successfully. Yeah, so for this I need to find the element first. Okay, so I'm using this arrow here, this one, and finding the element here. So it takes to that part. Okay, so here here if you see, we have class. Okay, or sorry, we also have id. Okay, we can use either of that. Okay, let's use class here, since class has here two values, right? Flash and success. Okay, I'll use class to just to get to know the new way of getting finding the element. Okay, yeah. So finally I need to find this element. Once I find this element, uh, what I have to assert, I need to check whether this element has the text you logged into a secure area. Okay, this text I am looking for, right? This text. Okay, so that I want to code now. So first I'm trying to find, once I log in successfully, I need to get a success message, but before that I need to find that element. So that element has I'm planning to use class here. So class, if see I'm if because there are two values, I can say dot flash. Okay, and dot success. Any doubt? So since it has two values, flash and success, I can, right? But just to show you different way of finding element, I'm using dot flash dot success, because this class has two values. I can use like this. No, if there is a space, that means it has two values. Okay, So the different value, I want to assert this. Now I want to assert whether this element has this value, okay, this text, okay. So it should, so now for assertion we are using should. Do you remember? We are using should for assertions. So should takes one or two arguments. So here we are comparing. So we need two arguments. So should contain, right? Should contain another argument is also is a string where I put the expected text. Okay, you logged into a secure area. Any doubt? Okay, so now let's I'll just comment this, the second test case. Let's see the first test case. Okay, till here clear? Yeah, so now let's execute the script. So npx cypress open is the command. Okay, it's opening. Yeah, so end-to-end test. Now let's use electron. Yeah, so I don't know why it is loading again, but loading multiple times. Yeah, now it started executing. Mark at the end. Okay, I missed that. So here it's failed, right? Now I'll save this. It will execute. It starts executing again. Yeah, it clicked. Yeah, you got logged into secure area. So it's passed. Okay. So if you see in the top here, there's one test case. Okay, and it is passed. Okay. Yeah, it has passed. Okay, so that is the positive test scenario, right? So now similarly we can do the negative test scenario. Once the positive scenario is working, then the other one wouldn't take much time, right? So we can till here it should be the same, right? But we need to change the values. Okay, so we need to give invalid username and invalid password. Okay, so here let's say I remove I just put Tom. Okay, and here I just put secret secret. Okay, I'll remove this. Yeah, so because I've done this, I also need to uh, log out. Let's say I click log out here. Again, it opens the login page. Okay, now I'm entering some secret. Okay, now I want the negative scenario because these are invalid username and password. I need to use this text to assert. But before doing that, we need to find the element of this one, right? So when I use this arrow and click here, I got this code. Okay, any doubt? Yeah. So here I have class which yeah, flash and error. Okay, I can use that here. Here I can copy this, okay, and paste here and say instead of success it is error here. Okay, so if you see here, there is in class you have two values, flash and error. So dot flash dot error, we can and the text is changing. So the text here is your username is invalid, right? So I'll copy that and once again I'll copy this one and paste it here. Yeah. So once I've saved this, it starts automatically running the script. Okay. So I'm saving it. So let's see here. See, it started loading and started executing the script. So now it runs both because there are two test cases now, right? Yeah, this is the positive test case that is passing, and now it's starting negative test case. Yeah, so now two test cases are passing. Any doubt? Yeah, so this is about login, right? Okay, let's see file upload test. Okay, so how to upload a file? Let's say there's a file with us. Okay, there's a test here. If I say upload, I think it is upload. Yeah, so when I can, it chooses a file, okay, and it will upload, and if when I click upload, it will upload the file. Okay, uh, any doubt till here? The test scenario you understood, right? So we are trying to upload the file. Okay, okay, let's see how to do that. Before uploading the file, we need to have right packages with us. Okay, so the package, so I'm control command C. If I say in Mac, it will, sorry, control C. If I say, it will close all these things. Okay, control C again, so it comes out, or else you can directly, close this one. Okay, so command K to clear the screen in the terminal. Okay, so the package which we need in order to upload the file or in order to deal with the file is Cypress file upload. Cypress hyphen file hyphen upload. So for that I'm using npm install. Okay, for anything to install, we use this command npm install, right? And I'm using I want Cypress file hyphen upload. Okay, this package I need. Okay, and I'm saying save hyphen save hyphen dev. Okay, and enter. Okay, it will install all the packages, okay, in the node modules. Okay, and if you see the package.json, you'll find file Cypress file upload. Okay, this is the version and this is the package which we have installed. Okay, yeah, so now once it is done, let's see, we want to upload the file, right? We want to attach the file. So if I need to choose this, okay, and attach the file. Okay, so before yeah, let's cancel this. Okay, so for this, before going there, I'm using a text file which I want to upload. Okay, let's say we have a test file .txt. So here, okay, it can be anything. So this text, this file is a test file. Okay, I used to test the upload functionality, upload automation script. Okay, some random text you can put here, right? This is a file. Any file you have. Let's say you have a txt file and it has some content in it. Okay. Now we are trying to upload this test file.txt. So I place this test file.txt under fixtures. Okay. Whatever these kind of utility files are there, those files should be present under fixtures. Okay, fixtures folder. Okay, because it will automatically check the fixtures folder. Okay, uh, one more thing. So since you have downloaded the package, right? So you need to import Cypress file upload under command.js file. So if you see, there is a support folder here. Okay, under support folder we have command.js, right? So we need to import. Okay, import that package Cypress file upload. Okay, any doubt? So we need to import Cypress file upload and in command.js file. Okay, once you install the packages, install this package, you have to import Cypress file upload. Okay, and after that you should have a text file or any file in fixtures folder. So once these are done, now we can start writing the program. So I'm writing the program under test folder, e2e/test folder. I'm writing the program to automate the file upload test. Okay, so I'm writing upload file upload test dot cy.js. Okay, so here uh, initially we need to it's a regular thing, so we have to use describe for this scenario, right? So describe is okay. Inside it takes two arguments. One is a string and other is a arrow function. The string is it's a scenario, so file upload we are testing upload the testing. So here inside we have a test case. Let's say it is also a method. Sorry, it is a method. It takes two arguments. Okay, one is a string and other is a arrow function, right? So it is a we use test case, right? This test case here. So the test case is it should upload a valid file. Okay, should upload. Sorry, should upload a file. Okay, let's say should upload a text file. Let's say should upload a text file. So for that, first what we have to do, we need to visit the page. So I'm copying this URL. So in order to visit the page, we know what is the command to use. So that is cy dot visit, and it takes one argument which is the URL. So I'm copying and pasting the URL there. Once I visit the site, now I need to get the elements. So uh, uh, so we need to use this choose file button, right? We need to use choose file button, and we need to upload the file, right? And then we need to click the upload button. I think that's the case, right? So yeah, so first we need to, is it here? Yeah, yeah, so choose file. So here we have directly ID, so we can use this ID value. Any doubt? So in order to get this choose file, I'm using ID value. So side dot get ID hash, because it's an ID, I'm using hash ID value. ID value, I pasted the ID value. Okay, once I get this one, so once I say choose file, here I'm selecting a file, and then I need to open or attach, right? So basically for attaching files, right, for attaching files there is a method called attach file. Okay, attach file is a method in order to attach a file. So here it takes the file that needs to be attached. Okay, so what is the file we are trying to attach or upload? Text file. So that is test file.txt, right? So because it's in fixtures, it automatically checks in that folder. Okay, if you put somewhere else, it doesn't check. We should be, maybe we need to give some right path and things like that, but we need to place those kind of things in the fixtures. Okay, folder, fixtures folder. So since it's already in the fixtures folder, I just mention the name of the test name of the file. So that is test file.txt. Any doubt? Yeah. So now once I attach, I need to click the upload button, right? So if I again I'm trying to find the selector here. So here it has file submit as ID. Okay, you can, yeah, you can use that. Generally it's better to use that, right? If there are multiple buttons, then it's not recommended to use class, because there can be multiple buttons in a page, right? So ID is unique, so I'm using uh, yeah, file submit. Okay, I'm copying that, and side dot get, I'm using the ID. So ID hash, sorry, hash it is, and ID value. Okay, once I get the element, now I need to click, right? Upload, it is attached. Now I need to click the upload button. So I got the button, I mean I got the element. Now I need to click on that button element. Okay, so it is click method. Any doubt? So once I click click here, it should uh, we should be able to validate, right? Okay, so how to do it? So we need to create sample, let's say, choose file. Okay, or yeah, choose, yeah, it's clicked already. So let's say I create, okay, Cypress day one, let's say it's a PNG, but still, or I'll create a new text here. Okay, so let's say, just a second. Okay, let's see existing one. If I upload, what will happen? Okay, so first open, upload. Yeah, so you'll get this. Okay, so this here I need to instead of Cypress day1.png, I need to find test file.txt here. So that means I need to find the element first for this. So in order to find element, I'll use this arrow and then place here so that I can go to the relevant code. Okay. So once I go here, I'm getting this code, right? So here, um, so we can what is the we have the ID, so we can use the ID value directly. Okay. So I get the element, and I need to see that the text is test file.txt. Any doubt? So first I'm trying to find that element. After upload, because I need to assert, right? So I need to get that element. Once it is uploaded, I'm finding that element. So for that, I'm using ID. So ID value. So here, ID value is upload hyphen files dot. So now it should contain. Again, I'm using for accession. I'm using should. It should contain. So first argument is contain. It should contain the text. Which text? Which one? Test file dot txt. Test file dot txt. Once it is done, then I can say the test is passed. Okay. Once it is successfully uploaded, then only I'll find this text. Right. Any doubt till here? Okay. So now here, now I'll try to execute the script. Okay. I think we are okay with this. So I'll start executing the script. So it is Cypress. Sorry, npx Cypress open. Npx Cypress open. Yeah, it's opening the Cypress. Yeah, so it's better to keep it open instead of closing every time. Yeah, electron, start end-to-end test, electron. Okay, so we are using file upload test, right? So I'm clicking on that so that it starts executing. It's getting refreshed since it's added newly. Maybe it is. Yeah, so it started executing. So yeah, it is yeah, it attached text file and it